Welcome to today's video. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a girl you really liked and before you even say the word, your mind had already whispered something to you like, don't bother, she will never go for you. Or worse, you finally gather the courage to talk to her and she shuts you down with a polite smile or a cold I'm not interested. It stings, right? But here's what nobody tells you. Rejection isn't about you not being good enough. It's about how you show up. It's about the energy you give, like the energy you give off before you even open your mouth. And today I'm going to give you a roadmap that will make rejection nearly impossible. Not because you will magically make every girl like you, but because you will know exactly how to approach any woman in a way that makes her want to say yes. Now, this isn't about tricks. It's not about cheesy lines. It's not about rewiring how you carry yourself so you don't just avoid rejection, okay? So if you have been tired of feeling invisible or brushed off, stay with me to the end because once you hear this, you will never look at approaching women the same way again. So the first thing is the mindset shift. The mindset shift. The first thing you need to understand is this: rejection isn't personal. That sounds cliche, right? But listen carefully. Most guys approach women from a place of desperation. They go in thinking, please like me, please don't reject me. I need this to go well. Do you know what that energy feels like to a woman? It feels heavy, it feels needy, and the human brain is wired to pull away from neediness. Now, instead, you need to walk into every interaction with simple truth. You are the prize. Not because you're perfect, not because you're better than her, but because you built a life worth sharing. Now, let me give you a bad example. Let's say a guy walks up to a lady and says, "Hey, you're really pretty. Can I get your number if you're not too busy?" Sounds unsure, feels like he's begging. Now, this is a good example. A guy walks up to a lady and say, "Hey, I saw you and had to come say hi. I am." Then you mention your name. Direct, calm. He doesn't need anything from her. See the difference. Women respond to certainty. When you live like a man who enjoys his own life, rejection stops being scary. Before we move on, I want you to pause and ask yourself, would I date me? Would you date yourself if you were her? If that question makes you uncomfortable, that's your starting point. Work on yourself until that answer becomes a confident yes. Secondly, how to be approachable without trying. Let's talk about body language. Most guys lose before they even start. Why? Because they walk up to a woman with their shoulders slouched, voice shaky, and eyes darting everywhere but hers. Here's what you need to do instead. Your posture: stand like you are comfortable in your own skin. Relaxed shoulders, slow movements, eye contact, very necessary. Hold her gaze, but don't stare like you're trying to hypnotize her. You understand? Smile, not a fake grin, just a small calm smile that says, I'm comfortable here. Let me give you, I'll always give you a bad and a good example, okay? So the bad one is walking up super fast, touching her, blotting out, just wanted to say you look really good. Those are bad examples. But the good one is you walk up to her slowly, relaxed, makes eye contact. Hey, I saw you and thought you looked interesting. I had come to say hi. Remember this, women don't just hear your words, they feel your energy. If you can walk up to someone with the same ease you'd use to ask a stranger for the time, she will feel safe and open to engaging with you. So the third thing you should do is what to say when you approach. This is where most guys overthink. They rehearse some, complicated line in their heads, but women can smell when you are not being real. Here's the simplest and most effective thing to do: be direct and grounded. Now, instead of coming up with something clever, just say, hey, I saw you and thought you looked interesting. I had to come say hi. Or you can say, you look like you're having a good day. What's got you smiling? You understand? Let me give you a bad example. As a guy, you just walk up to you and say, so do you come here often? Because I was thinking about, maybe we could hang out if you're not busy. Sounds awkward, right? like he's fishing for approval. But a good example is, let's say a guy, you walk up to a lady and you start by saying, you seem like someone who knows good coffee spots. I've been trying to find one. Got any recommendations? It's natural, confident, and opens up a conversation. The key is not what you say, it's how you say it. Say it like you mean it, like you're genuinely curious about her. So the fourth thing for you to do is how to make her invest in the conversation. Okay, so you started talking. How do you keep her engaged? Here's where most guys fail. They turn the conversation into a question and answer interview. What do you do? Where are you from? Do you like this? Boring. Now, instead, you need to create an emotional connection. And here is how you can do it. Share something about yourself. Like, I am actually exploring new coffee spots in the city. This one is my favorite so far. What about you? Any recommendations? Playful teasing. Light humor creates comfort. Example, wait, you don't like pizza? I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Listen deeply. When she says something, don't just nod. Ask why. Get curious. Get curious. I will give you an example. A bad and a good example. A guy walks up to he's talking with a lady and he says, cool, you work in marketing? That's nice. So what else do you do? All those question and answer stuff. No. This is what you should say. As a guy, you can say marketing, that sounds fun. Be honest, do you actually like it? You understand? Just ask her a question. Ask her whether she likes her job. Make her laugh. It makes the conversation open. When you make her feel like you're actually interested in knowing who she is, not just what she looks like, you stand out instantly. Now, the fifth thing is the art of leaving before she expects. Here's a powerful trick. Leave the interaction before it feels like it's dragging. Most guys overstay their welcome. They keep talking because they are scared the moment will end. But real confidence, it's walking away while the energy is still high. Say something like, hey, I've got to run, but this was fun. You should grab a coffee sometime. Then give her your number or ask for hers. You understand? A bad example would be a guy lingers too long, over explains. So yeah, I guess I'll let you go unless you want to hang out or something. But a good example is a guy will say, all right, I've got to head out, but I'm glad we met. Let's continue this conversation over coffee sometime. Living on a high note. Living on a high note makes her think about you after you are gone. Here is the truth. You can't control whether every woman says yes, but you can control how you show up, and that's everything. When you build a life you love, carry yourself with calm confidence, approach with authenticity, and know when to walk away, rejection becomes rare because you stop chasing women and start attracting them. So the next time you see that girl you want to talk to, remember, you don't need magic words. You don't need to pretend. You just need to show up as a man who knows his worth. Now go make it happen. If this helped you, I would like you to drop a comment telling me your biggest takeaway, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Do it to share this video so that other people would learn something from it.